Pause. This was a video I made back in 2019. I went digging through my old YouTube channel to find quality clips for the intro, but this is all I could find. GTA Liberty City Stories was developed by Rockstar Leeds and published by Rockstar Games for the PSP in October of 2005. Before this, Rockstar Leeds was known as Mobius Entertainment. Something noteworthy they did was porting Max Payne to the Game Boy Advance, and that's about all I know. I don't know about the other games they made, but it seems their resume was impressive enough for Rockstar. So, in April of 2004, Rockstar announced that they had acquired Mobius Entertainment, and after that, it was renamed Rockstar Leeds. Their job was to port and develop games for the PSP, and the first game they developed was GTA LCS. For the gameplay, I would consider it on par with GTA Vice City. They had bikes, maps, and the inability to swim. One complaint I saw was the low frame rate for the PSP and PS2.
But there's one thing I cannot excuse, and you'll notice it the moment you control Tony: the slowdown. It's among the worst I've ever come across in a video game. You'd assume it happens occasionally when there are too many enemies or vehicles on screen while raining at the same time. But no, 90 to 95% of the whole game is 10 to 20 frames per second, and it never improves over time.
I can't really vouch for this because I never played it on those consoles, but it works pretty fine for mobile, so it probably depends on the device. The game still allows as much freedom as prior GTA games, except San Andreas, so it's not a downgrade. The missions weren't all that difficult, but the auto-locking is definitely a problem. The side content offered the same amount as other GTA games: rampages, stunt jump, collectibles, and side missions. Getting 100% was boring because Joe's Pizza Delivery and Paramedic were painfully long. I literally had a 30 plus minute video just completing Paramedic, and that doesn't even include the failed attempts and editing I had to do just to make it shorter. Sorry for the nitpicking, the gameplay doesn't feel limited, so I'd say it's pretty good. The game looks pretty good for 2005. It used the Vice City engine, and I'd say it was utilized well. There was a change in color between the three versions of the game. I'd say the mobile version is probably the best, but you can check the description for an in-depth comparison. The city itself is just a copy and paste of GTA 3, except for a few additions. They added a ferry in Portland and Fort Staunton before it was blown up. Most of the buildings in LCS are under construction because Tony either blew it up or they just decided that this game needed a lot of construction. In my opinion, out of all the mobile ports in GTA, LCS probably has the best graphics. I already said that the graphics were good for its time, so there's nothing else to say. The game lacks a lot of memorability in terms of music. The songs on Head Radio and Lips 106 were made by Rockstar themselves, and they were passable, but compared to Vice City and San Andreas, it was a downgrade. I did a bit of searching, but I couldn't find the game's exact budget. It's fair to assume that it was lower than Vice City because it's a spin-off game. This is probably the reason why Rockstar decided to just produce pop songs themselves, which is a smart move, but in the end, sacrifices have to be made and the quality had a drop off.